Today I'm back at Ellsborough and I'm seeing if I can break 75. Something like that. We're just attacking this pin all the time. The spider is still in the bag after last week's 3 under par. And it begs the question, can we do it once more? Today's challenge is only to break 75. It's not to go too crazy, but if the putter's hot, it might just work. But equally, have I used up all my luck for the year already? This is my journey to seeking scratch. Did that go in? We're a 1.7 handicap at the moment, and let's see how long it takes for me to get to 0. Last week we shot 3 under par at Ellsborough, and with a new putter in the bag. Well, new old. And I've made a bit of a lifestyle change to see what we can do to get even better. You know, I've started going to the gym again. It's been 2 years since I've really been in the gym grind, and I'm also running again. So the process for me is going to be at least 2 5k runs a week. On top of that, we're going to the gym 3 times a week. We're doing a push-pull leg split. And obviously we've got the pin, so we're going to be going to the pin, using the TrackMan a minimum of twice a week, just to get in our numbers and make sure we're really dialed with all of that. And then an absolute minimum of recording the 18 for you guys and playing as well. But another thing we're doing this week is we're actually entering the monthly Stableford competition. Now, I'm not going to record it. It's on Sunday. I'm going out tomorrow, recording the round tomorrow, and the round on Sunday I'm playing with Harry. It's monthly Stableford, like I say, and it's going to be the first time that I'm playing something remotely competitive. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the game holds up and seeing how we can play. It's going to be interesting, especially with the fact that I've already done a pull session and a push session, and I'm feeling very stiff. I'm waiting for my protein to arrive and everything, but yeah, that's the update. That's kind of like why I might not play my best tomorrow. I'm super stiff, and I don't think anything is going to go anywhere near as far as it should, so it might be a case of having to club up, but yeah, we'll see. I'll catch up with you guys obviously before the round tomorrow, but yeah, back in the gym grind and on our way down to scratch. Handicap update is 1.7, so we're really getting there. It's not too far, and if we keep shooting under par, it's just going to go right down. So it's now the following day. It's just gone 7 a.m. and I'm back at the pin. And an absolute main priority for me is just making sure we can hit a ball today, because I did head over to the gym yesterday and I got in a pull session, so back and buys pretty much dominantly, but my chest is absolutely killing me and still super tight from the push session. That was like 4 days ago, so the DOMs really are hitting hard, but it means we need to make sure we're stretching before we go out and play later, and equally so before we hit any balls into the sim. But I'm gonna do some wedge work, make sure the wedge is nice and good, make sure we know our numbers and we're hitting it nice and straight, and making sure as well that we have no shanks. That's the main priority, so I'm gonna crack on, do that, maybe get some driver shots out there, making sure we can get a full swing going as well. And then maybe, if I have time, play a quick 9 holes on the TrackMan as well. Just got to Ellsborough and it's a little bit wet. The rain has stayed from earlier this morning. It's not too windy. I mean, from what I can see anyway, the wind might still pick up, the rain might absolutely chuck it down. So I've got on my Manners windbreaker just in case, and to hopefully keep me a little bit dry. But I'm gonna head out, roll some putts, definitely go stretch and warm up, and then from there, head over to the first and see if today we can break 75. I don't feel like I'm gonna go under, but definitely let's try break 75. Right, we're on the practice green, time to warm up. I've got a few balls here just to get some putting, get a feel of the greens. They sound pretty soft at the moment, but the course is absolutely empty. I don't see anyone else, and we still have the trusty spider in the bag. So let's see if this is gonna work for us today. Hopefully it does, and hopefully we should have another good round. It does look like the greens have been punched though, so that might put a bit of a stick in it. Before every round now, I try to start here. Just on the practice green, chipping, putting, nothing complicated. I used to skip this bit completely, rock up late, rush a few things and head straight to the first tee. And then spend the first 4 holes basically warming up, which is the worst place to warm up. So this has kind of become my reset. A few little chips, different lies, trying to get a feel for how the ball's coming out on the grass, and then start rolling some putts. Not even aiming at anything half the time, just working on speed. Because for me, putting's all feel. If the pace feels right, everything else kind of settles down. Okay, so the chipping seems like it's working, which is good. Putting seems okay. Let's go warm up in the net, see what the irons are doing, and hopefully we're not too stiff, and then we'll head over and start this round off. Okay, here we are, we're on the first. We've got a temporary tee box still. It's a little bit muddy. So that I don't really want to play an iron shot, so I'm gonna play my driver. We'll try and get it as far down there as we can, hopefully not end up on the second tee box again. But yeah, let's have a good round. It's gone at the trees, but it is fading back to the right a little bit. Same kind of line as last time, but I think we're on the fairway. Okay, away we go as we walk down the first fairway. But I was kind of thinking, for those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, I've obviously started going to the gym again. And now with going to the gym, it's making everything much stiffer, but the end goal is obviously fitter, stronger, be able to hit it further, but also to be more consistent, you know, because you're not having to whack the ball to really get it up there. So with that, the new regime is the gym 3 times a week, push-pull legs. We're trying to fit in a TrackMan session twice a week and at least 118, and on top of that, also some 5K runs. So that should keep me nice and healthy, nice and fit, and doing all of that, I don't know, maybe in a year, we'll see some massive, massive changes, not only on course, but also off course. But yeah, anyway, ball's in the fairway, so let's go hit that. The pin is in the exact same position as last time. We've got about 60 yards here. So as we saw, kind of aim it on the front of the green and let it roll out a little bit. That is the aim here. 60 yards. Something like that. We're just attacking this pin all the time. Okay. You can see it's by absolute no means a gimme. Still got easily a 10, maybe more of an 8-foot putt here. But if we can get the line right, it's a little bit bumpy. This could be a birdie. And we will give it our best. I'm not seeing too much movement, but it is about maybe a cup from left to right. Oh, that's rolled right over the hole. That. There's the birdie chance gone, but still need to drain this for a par. There it is, there's the par. That was so close, literally looked like it rolled over the hole. But anyway, par 5 next. We're still even to the scorecard. Hole number 2, first par 5, just over 500 yards, but we are facing a bit of wind again now. Coming off the left, a little bit of left and into wind here, but it's still driver at that aim point and try and get it over that mound. Hugging the right hand side, probably in the first cut of the fairway. Not too bad, should have an all right look from there. Had a little moment earlier just before I got to the practice green, and one of you guys are actually the greenkeepers here at Ellsborough, and it was really cool because you came up and you turned off your engine and you recognised me, but I'm really sorry I couldn't remember your name. But honestly, I was just startled. Like, to get recognised in public is such an interesting experience, and I've had it before, like last year, and it's always super cool to meet people that follow you and follow your journey. But yeah, special little shout out to you. And anyway, you won't be able to see, but we are in the fairway just down there. So let's go play that shot, see if we can get on the green and make a par or a birdie. Okay, 209 yards to the middle of the green. So I'm going to take my little 5-iron, try and get one up there. It is straight into wind, however. It is thin, and it stayed beneath the wind. Couldn't see where it finished up, but a little fade on that one. I'm hoping we're on the green. Okay, just short of the green here, but we do have a bit of a tricky putt. We've got a bit of a mound just in front here with a bunker, and the green is right in the middle, so we don't have much to play with. But I'm just going to try and get a high one and get it to land nice and soft here. Just didn't go. Got 2 putts now for a par. Okay, it's definitely not an easy putt. Really let ourselves have a lot of work here to finish this one off. But let's try and get it nice and close here. You know, from this side, I'm not actually seeing too much movement. Pretty straight. And there it is. It's another par. Definitely not an easy par, but haven't gained a stroke, and that is the important thing.
30 back-to-back pars, which normally sounds fine, but both were proper chances. 2 looks at birdie and I just didn't take them. Body feels a bit stiff from the gym, yardages are coming up short, and it already feels like I'm fighting it instead of flowing. One of those days where nothing's wrong, but nothing's easier. At this point, I'm already thinking today might not be a numbers day. Might just be one of those rounds where you scrap it around, have a laugh, and try to stop taking it so seriously.
Okay, that is a bogey we don't like to see, but it could have been worse. you know. But it's all about that approach shot. It's a pretty bad one, thinned it, ended up very far away from the green, and I got punished for it. So we're +1. We need to try crawl that back. It's a bit annoying, that, bit of a shame that we ended up making a bogey, but you get punished. If you don't hit a good approach shot in and you don't get on the green necessarily, it is gonna be an absolute trawl to get a par. But anyway, hole number 4, par 4, need to get over that mound, so it is calling for the driver. But the wind is blowing that way, the way you do not want to go. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to counteract it and get it on the fairway. It's up there, but it has gone with the wind to the right. I think it's gone long enough that it will be okay, but let's go see. I think it might be a bit of a hard up and down from there. Okay, got the ball. We're lucky it wasn't 5 yards further, or we would have been in the bushes to the right. But it does leave us with 120 yards to the middle of that green. Got to get over that bunker and try get it somewhere nice and safe. I'm going to club up just a little bit, try counteract that wind as well, see how close we can pop it. You know what? It's looking very pretty. Shut up. I can't. Did that go in? No way. I don't believe it. We need to go have a look at that. I don't believe one bit we've just hauled that out. That was 120 yards, playing like 130. I still can't see the ball. Oh no. It's just one of those ones where it disappears from view, but the ball very much is on the green. Bit of a tease, that. Okay, 2 putts here for a par. Okay, I'm not seeing a lot of movement in this putt, if any, but definitely don't want to be long or you're going down that hill behind me. It's pretty straight, but it is quite a bit of a putt. About 6 yards, but let's see how close we can pop that. And that will do. That is nice and tidy for a par. If only that was a 2, but no, it's a 4. Anyway, we have a par 3 up next, hole number 5. We're desperately in need of a birdie, currently sitting at 1 over par. But we're not going to force it, we're going to let it come to us, and we're just going to keep playing smart golf and minimise the risks. I've got a checkered pin, so it is at the back of the green, and this is not a nice green by any means at all. I've got it playing about 155 to the middle. Got my 8 iron, nice light swing. Should be a 9, but we're nice and stiff, so 8 iron it is, a gentle, easy swing. Hopefully we're close to that pin. Okay, we have gone and done the exact same thing we did last time. We're in the bunker, so we're gonna have to take a drop and try and get it close. These shots are shots I absolutely dread. A little drop from the side of the bunker, and then you really have to put it close, because if you don't put it close, and especially on this green where it is very all over the place, it's an instant bogey. And par 3s are obviously scorecard destroyers, so we need to, you know, we need to be able to do this, avoid us from going 2 up. We want to be going the other way. So we landed in this GUR and it extends all the way to here. So we're going to take a drop just behind knee height, and we're going to play that from there. Need to, like I say, stick it nice and close. It's probably about a 10 yard shot, if not a little bit more, but we've got a lot of green to contend with and a bunker right in front of us. Let's see how close we can pop this. Yeah, it's not brilliant, but it's not the worst in the world. But we've got a crazy putt now to remotely save par. You know what? I'm not mad. From where we were, both with the chip and with the putt, I'll take a bogey. And with that, we do the dreaded, we're moving up to 2 over par. Definitely giving ourselves a bit of a challenge now. We've got a hole next that we managed to birdie last time, so let's see if we can do it again. Sitting at 2 over. We don't, I believe, actually, no, we get one shot. We get one shot in the front, so technically 1 over, but we need to make some birdies happen. This could be one of them, could be the hole after that, and then maybe we could be back to level par, but speak it into existence and see what happens. We can only try our best.
Yeah, there it is, another bogey, and just like that, I'm 2 over par. It's funny how quick it flips. A couple of good chances early, and now it feels like I'm just trying to stop the bleeding. Nothing major going wrong, just little stuff. Slightly short, slightly offline, one bad swing, one bad bounce, and the car starts moving the wrong way. Golf does that. It doesn't explode, it just it slowly slips.
It's time to see if we can bring something back here. Let's smash a drive down there, get on the green, and really attack this pin. There's such a mental side to this game, it's unbelievable, you know. You can be having a bad round, just one bad thought in the head, and then you're like, okay, fine, we'll try and make everything work again. And that's where some mistakes can happen, and that's where it can pile up. So that's what I'm contending with. I don't want that to happen. I've hit a pretty good drive, really good position to be attacking now. It's just a case of, can we do it? Can we start to bring it back? But I don't want to start putting that pressure on myself of saying we need to, you know, because 3 over is an okay score. We're doing all right, and I know on the back we should get some birdies, so it should be much easier. But let's take a breather, let's slow down, and let's just try not to overthink these shots. Simple golf sometimes can just be the best golf. We've got a back pin again, playing about 130 to it. We'll play a pitching wedge up there, I think, and see how close we can get that. We're on the heart of the green. I'm just hoping it's pretty close to the flag. Let's see if we can finish this one off for a birdie. At least then we'll be back to 2 over rather than 3. This is a joke. It's another par, meaning we stay at 3 over. There's a lot of work to do.
So yeah, I'm 2 over at this point, and if I'm honest, it's already feeling like a bit of a slog. Nothing terrible, just one of those rounds where you're working way too hard for everything. Thinking about the swing, thinking about yardages, thinking about the score. Just stuck in my own head a bit. And then Harry turns up on the 8th tee. Perfect timing, to be fair, because straight away it just feels lighter. Like, you forget about the scorecard for a second. We play loads together on the sim at the pin all the time. Constant matches, taking the mick out with each other, a bit of friendly trash talk. But we've never actually played a proper round on the course together. So this is kind of our first one. And it's funny. The pressure I was putting on myself all morning just disappears. But it's replaced with a different kind. Not, don't mess up your score, more like, please don't thin one in front of your mate on the first tee shot. You just want to hit a good one. Look like you actually know what you're doing and like you play golf.
Ah, there's a bad bounce that. It's another bogey. I know, back 9, 4 over. Okay, this round has absolutely fallen apart. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have fun with it. I know we obviously had the challenge of breaking 75, but I'm gonna just play some match play with Harry, pick it up on the next hole, and I'm gonna drop the camera off at the car, because sometimes you just need to have fun, and when the round isn't going your way, it's about figuring out how you can do that. But I'll definitely check in with you after, keep score. I'm just not going to record because, yeah, it's falling to bits. But that's the honest side of golf. All right, in a bit. So that was interesting. Yeah, definitely not my best day on the golf course at all. But you know, I mean, I ended up playing match play with Harry. He ended up taking it home. But by far means not a good day on the course for me. Especially the last hole you guys saw, you know, there was a few very fat shots getting under it with the chipping and, you know, trying to compress the ball, but winter doesn't necessarily allow for that. But once the camera went away, I played some decent golf. The driver was on fire and, you know, it's not trying to force every single shot. So the upside of today was there was some enjoyable golf, playing some match play eventually with Harry, and, you know, especially on this journey, it's not trying to have too much pressure on it. You know, don't force yourself into thinking, oh, I'm not level par through 13, so I'm playing badly, or I'm 3 over, so I really need to force a couple birdies. And I think that's where the mental game comes in. Yes, there's expectations, and obviously I want to reach them for myself, and I'd love to be able to do this journey quicker, but you're gonna have bad days, and that's what today is. It's just a bad day where things didn't go my way. You know, I said it many times before, I was very stiff from the gym, so I never expected an amazing round. And, you know, even this morning at the pin when I played 9 holes, it wasn't my best. So it is what it is, and next week we'll move on. I was thinking of doing a fun challenge at some point, and I was speaking to Harry about it, of playing off the reds and seeing how low we can go. And if it's a good day, I don't know, maybe we can get to like 7 under or something stupid. But yeah, no, it's all right. It was all right. I think I ended up shooting like something like 80 or something, so not the worst, but yeah, definitely not my best. Anyway, onwards and upwards, huh?